P2B represents hope. P2B represents the future for the Nigerian youths. So any attempt at getting him arrested now is to ignite a fire that has been waiting in the mind of the people. Arresting P2B is just like a material that has been soaked in petrol and just waiting for somebody to ignite a fire. So I feel that it is a misdirected call.
All right. Thank you very much for that analysis. I think we should be opening the phone lines now so that listeners can also call in and air their views. So whatever you think, whatever comments or contributions you want to make, you can do that on 0816 442 5875. 0816 442 5875. Remember, we are analyzing all the trending issues during the past week. Okay, now, let's go to the next one, Peter Anosike. The one that P2B said that obedience movement is not a tribal or religious movement. So it is a movement on its own. What do you think about that?
Well, if you go through, just read that in full.
Okay.
Let Nigerians understand
Okay.
what was.
All right,
what
please
they meant.
hold on. Let me read this because calls have started coming in. In the life of every nation, there is a turning point. For Nigeria, that time is now. A time to save Nigeria, save our democracy, and give the Nigerian youth hope. The obedient movement has been the arrowhead in the Take Back Nigeria mission. My role in the movement is that of a focal point. As I have always stressed, Nigeria remains a secular state. As such, the movement is not about my tribe or my religion. It is not an Igbo agenda or in any way for Christians alone in Nigeria. No one should ascribe ethnic or religious coloration to the obedient movement. Nigeria is one, and my ambition is to become the president of a united and indivisible Nigeria. That is P2B talking.
P2B said that he is just a focal point. Just as I said before, this issue has gone beyond him. He is just the face of frustrated, discouraged, disenchanted, disillusioned Nigerians. Angry Nigerians, frustrated Nigerians are just using him as a running point. So the issue, hunger does not know any ethnic group.
At all.
Hunger does not know Yoruba, Igbo, or Hausa. Frustration does not know Yoruba, Igbo, or Hausa. So what P2B rightly captured it, which is the same thing that Donald Duke said, that P2B is just the face of angry and frustrated Nigerians. Millions of Nigerians. According to World Bank, over 130 million Nigerians are living in abject poverty. So they see P2B as a hope. The youth see P2B as their future. So it will be a gross mistake for anybody to think that he can silence P2B. It will be a very big mistake for anybody to think that P2B is just that getting P2B out will stop what is happening now. It cannot, because the movement has gone beyond him. People are just using him as a sign of hope, future, doing things in a different way. So that's why I strongly feel that it is a misdirected call.
All right. Let us at this point give the audience the opportunity to talk. You can call in to give your opinion. The number to call is 0816 442 5875. 0816 442 5875. All right, Peter Anosike, let's quickly go to the Nigerian, the report that 50 Nigerian professors. Okay, we'll have a call. Let's take this. Hello? Hello? Hello, good evening. All right, we lost it. Okay, please do call back and share your comments, share your contributions or your opinion with us. 0816-442-5875. Now let's quickly move to another report that trended during the week, and that is a report that 50 Nigerian professors, among whom are 34 vice chancellors, participated in the rigging of the 2023 presidential and governorship elections.
Well, personally, I'm scandalized by that report.
You really need to, because I usually hear you say that if you don't attend University of Nigeria in Nsukka, that you did not go to school. We that did not attend did not go to school. So over to you.
I'm shocked by that report that vice chancellors could be involved in rigging of a election. And professors are character molders. They are role models everywhere they are. Then if a professor can be involved in election rigging, what is he going to teach students? And the truth is that any lecturer that's
Sorry, we have a call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. What's your name and the location?
Yeah, my name is Sunday from Isolo.
All right, Sunday, what do you think about the trending issues we're sharing with you?
Please, I just want to hear from you again because I didn't really listen to VOP news this morning. But I want to know, I just met you in the program and talking about if they arrested Peter Obi. I want to know, have they arrested him?
They've not arrested him, but Femi Fani-Kayode is calling for his arrest. And that is part of the news that trended this week.
Okay, thank you. Since they have not arrested him, you know this present government, they always make a mistake. If they do that, I'm telling you the truth. There is no need for anybody to talk that one. They want petrol. I'm not talking of diesel or kerosene or petrol, and which would lighted fire. Shares are all over everywhere. Me, I'm a Yoruba man. Peter Obi is not only for Igbo. I voted for him. And me, I'm just waiting because he said something that impressed me and which I supported. That they asked him to go to court. That if he doesn't win election, and he is on the way to court, and I heard the news from BOP that he have served them last week Tuesday. So anybody that fighting anywhere or doing anything anywhere is not concerning Obi now. Obi is already in court. Me, I'm just waiting for court. And we want to hear what court will do because we are actually waiting for judiciary now. Because this present government, they always make mistakes. And they have been on that since they've entered. So we don't see them as somebody that is serious or they know what they are doing. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
But nevertheless, they should not put petrol down and lighting fire on it. Do you understand me? If they try to do that, in fact, Nigeria they have already done that for Nigeria, and we are not praying for that. Do you understand me?
Yes.
They should not just start with the man. The case is already in court. Let judiciary, we want to know whether the judiciary will also follow the steps that INEC have done because we don't believe in INEC again. INEC have already failed the Nigerian youth. I know why about that one. They are the one in power. Anybody in power can do anything you like because you are sitting there already. You have all means. You have everything you have. You think you have to do everything you can do. No matter. One day is for them. But one day is also for God. Yes. God will come to the voice, to listen to the voice of the youth. But we are waiting. We are waiting from here, but they should not try. Let him just go to court and defend the vote, which we have already casted for him. And let's know what to try. But if they do that now, if they try it now, I'm telling you, they should not try it, yo. They should not try it, yo. Thank you very much. Let me just give you other. I'm here to listen to you. I want to commend the guy that talking to you there. He has already been making some good points.
Yes.
Well done for the good job. Well done for the good job. God bless VOP, because you really make us to express ourselves and to calm away our anger in one way or the other. All your program is quite interesting. I don't even listen to any other program now on any other station apart from VOP. So I'm with you. I just want thank you very much.
Thank you. Kudos to you.
God bless your radio station and may God bless Nigeria.
Bless you to our listeners, because you are the ones that keep us going. All right, Peter Anosike, I think I share his sentiments that P2B is not for Igbos alone, but for everyone.
Well, I agree with what you will say. Just as I said, it will be the biggest mistake. Okay, it will be a very big mistake to arrest him.
All right. Hello. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
A beautiful evening to you. What's your name and location?
This is Mr. James on the line from Maputo.
All right, Mr. James, go ahead.
All right. You see, this is a very big mistake. If Nigerians or if the people in power now would do that, it's a very big mistake for them to arrest people. People is not for Igbo, it's not for Yoruba, it's not for Hausa, it's for the whole Nigeria. And not only Nigeria, it's for that, and it's for Africa. He came to deliberate Nigeria and Africa as a whole. So if they try, they're making a lot of mistake. It's just like a gas that you cannot set fire near gas. If you set it near gas, it will be a very disaster or something. So the youth are waiting. We are watching them. Why should they go arrest him? For what offense? Did he commit any offense? By contempt for relation? I have confidence for relation once he come out and see how massively you supported him because of words that came out of his mouth. That is there for common people. No, they should not try it. Youth are angry, and we are waiting for them. Anyhow they like, they were going to give it to them this time around. You see that happened during the time of NSAS. That one is small. They will run. All the people in power, they will run. This Nigeria will turn to upside down. If they try to arrest P2B, let them not try it, please. We are waiting for them. They say, Mr. President said, if you are not pleased with the result of election, go to court. President said, if you are not pleased with the result, go to court. Even the INEC chairman said, go to court. And you are going to court. We are waiting for them. If they turn the case upside down, we are going to deal with them. Please, let them not try to hold the man. Let them not try to arrest the man because he did not commit any offense. He come out to come and deliver the common people. That's my take on this, please.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for airing your view. This is VOP 90.3 FM, where you can air your voice, make your contributions. Thank you so much. All right, Peter Anosike, let's go ahead.
So, just like as callers are saying.
All right, let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. What's your name and location?
Yeah, Emeka speaking from Okata.
All right, Emeka, let's hear what you have to say.
Arresting Mr. P2B shows you the characters of Nigerians. But Nigerians are waiting. Let them come and arrest him. It is some clique that is plotting this, using money to plot all these things. That is why some people can openly do what is against Nigerian law, and they will still be walking free. It's the power of money that is playing now. But they will see what they have done for themselves. Arresting Mr. P2B, you have arrested the whole Nigerians. The country will start burning, and all of them will move out of this country. The country will start to burn. It is time for Nigerians to start preparing this country for a better place. Before the prayer we offer in Nigeria is a deceit. We have to fight physically to restore this country for our children that are coming behind to enjoy this country. That is the only thing we have to do, because this is time we have to continue to make this country a better place. Let me stop here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being very straight. All right, Peter Anosike, let's quickly go to the 50 Nigerian professors who are 34 vice chancellors that participated in the rigging of the presidential and governorship elections.
Well, that report came from Inter-Society. Understand? They say, according to their report, that 50 professors were allegedly involved in the rigging of the election. And of the 50 professors, 34 were vice chancellors. And for me, who graduated from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, I was scandalized. I was shocked to read that one of our own was involved in the malpractice. Why I'm scandalized is that the motto of University of Nigeria Nsukka is to restore the dignity of man. And we know that what we are suffering in Nigeria is lack of integrity, lack of accountability. And when you see an institution that has to restore the dignity of man as its motto, I feel that should be respected. So if a professor should manipulate election, that same professor can also manipulate exams.
Of course.
He can also manipulate exams. There's nothing such a man cannot do. And if a lecturer should be involved in rigging of elections, he can also rig exams. He can affect every other result. Now, how do you think that foreign countries will feel when they hear that university professors are rigging elections, are manipulating? That's why the results from this from our universities are not being taken serious, and this is likely going to compound it. How can a university lecturer be involved in the manipulation of an election and still go back to teach students? What is he going to teach them? Because lecturers are involved in character formation. They are known as role. They are involved in character. They are involved in character formation and other things. But when they descend to the extent of manipulating results, there's no hope for such country again. And why I feel that we should discuss this topic is because if you are going to school right now, a professor in Akwa Ibom is serving 3 years jail term for rigging election for a school search holder. A professor in Akwa Ibom State is serving 3 years jail term for rigging election for a school search holder who contested for House of Assembly in Akwa Ibom in 2019.
And you believe he's actually a lecturer, a professor?
Well, he's a lecturer. He's a professor.
Wow.
Professor is the zenith of anything academic.
Then rigging election for a school start.
For a school start. So our country has fallen back. So for me, I feel that the authorities should move quickly and make sure that these people are not allowed back to the different universities where they come from, because they have nothing to teach. They have lost integrity. How can I be looking at my lecturer who has gone to manipulated election? There's nothing that he will teach me that I will take. Okay, everybody saw what happened to Nenoti.
Of course, the way she was celebrated.
The way she was celebrated. She said that she rejected every kind of financial advances. And today, she is better off. Most people don't know the story of Dora Akunyinde. How did Dora Akunyinde is a product of integrity. In the 90s, they were to go abroad. They were given ESTA codes. she came back and returned the money that she did not use. Then, when Obasanjo set up NAFDAC, drugs being a corruption-ridden area, Obasanjo needed a person of integrity to head that department. That was how Dora Kuyini came up. Somebody mentioned Dora Kuyini to Obasanjo that some time ago this woman was given extra clothes to travel abroad. She came back and returned the money that she was not used to government. Now, how many students return their pocket money back to their parents? How many students return pocket money back to their parents? Excuse me,
Did he
sir.
actually return such money?
Then the Rakun returned to government. So that is integrity. And that's why Mrs. Nena Oti.
All right, Peter, let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. What's your name and location?
This is the Livingstone, Old Soldier.
All right, Livingstone, let's hear you.
What is the topic today? Sorry, I did not on my radio earlier.
All right, we're looking at the trending issues, the issues that trended this week, and currently we are talking about the 50 Nigerian professors who participated in the rigging of the 2023 presidential and governorship elections.
Okay, because I always love your programs. It's really, I went very late when I was sleeping. Thank you. Continue. God will continue to guide you people over there. Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right, Peter Anosike, let's continue.
So I said, does students return the pocket money that they did not spend back to their parents?
Yeah, I usually spend everything. I don't return. I don't know about others.
Okay, that's it. So that's where it begins, and that's why Dora Kuyinde was celebrated, and that's why Mrs. Nena Oti is also being celebrated today. Nena Oti was not the only vice chancellor that went to conduct the election,
Yes.
but for the whole 36 states.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Please, your radio is on. Help us with that.
Yeah, good evening.
All right, good evening. Tell us your name and your location.
My name is Uche. I'm calling from Abuja.
All right, Uche, let's hear what you have to say. We're looking at trending issues during the week.
We are happy or we are not happy at all. What I hear from the radio, because I'm not happy. Because we, as I do like this now, I leave my work at Abuja, come Lagos, come do goods for Labour Party. And they are carrying my promo, my friend from Abuja, all of us do that Labour Party will finish. They come tell us, say, it will be no win and it's no good. Okay, everybody leave that one. So now, they want to say that they want to look our brother. If they do, all of us will come outside. They make the card all of us. because everyone does the best now. Yes, now we will follow our brother now. So that they will put all of us there now. They will put all of us there because they don't even know what thing they want to do for this Nigeria. They want to turn us Nigeria upside down. There's no money. There's no fuel. They make it give you a scatter. You cannot eat food. You cannot do anything. You can be happy. You give a that maybe they want to arrest everybody. Let them arrest everybody all the way now. Let me only now. Let me arrest all the whole youth now. So that they're going to say they are arrested the whole youth. Why they come to jail? Why just they don't turn out Nigeria upside down? They're supposed to arrest why we turn Nigeria. We say money no day, no day. They can't see everything. The time when Jonathan day for six, every year they normal. There's this man enter just started upside down. He said they want to arrest this man. When I arrest every time, all the whole youth for Nigeria now. I don't know what to do. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for that your contribution.
So, as I was saying, I said that Nena Oti was not the only wreck that conducted the election, but she is the only one that is being celebrated. And even in Nigeria, it seems that women have more integrity than men, because I can only point at Nenoti and Dora Kunyili. I don't know of any other one that has shown any sign of integrity. So, as I was saying, if a professor can compromise election results, the same professor can also compromise the integrity of university examinations and other academic qualifications. Okay, let me tell you something. There's one man who's a senator today. I remember many years back, I went to interview him. After the interview, he begged me that I should rewrite what he said because he doesn't know how to speak English. So I told him, excuse me, sir, if what you said did not come out in the right way, it's not your fault, it's the fault of our media house, the Sun newspaper, because we have editors and the proofreaders. He said, yes, I should write it very well. I said, don't worry, I will. So not more than 4 years later, I begin to see doctor attached to that person's name.
Someone you interviewed years ago and
that couldn't even speak.
Express himself.
He doesn't know the difference between is and was. Understand? He was using was in the future tense. If my people write me, I will spoke. Understand me? So I saw doctor.
Imagine.
Doctor, I said, what happened? So it is this kind of professors that will give this kind of
such miracle
degrees. So if they can manipulate election results, they can also manipulate exam results. And with this, if you take your certificate to outside this country, they knowing what is happening in this country, they will not value it. They will say maybe it came from one of these professors or the schools that these vice chancellors are operating. Because as of today, the only university that you can give a pass mark down should be FUTO.
Of course.
It should be FUTO because that is the only school that their VC show the act of integrity. And I feel that VOP should prepare an award of integrity for her.
We'll definitely do that.
Because
she deserves it.
She made us proud.
She deserves it.
She made us proud.
All right, Peter Anosike, let's quickly move to another story that trended this week. The protest in Abuja by pro-Tinubu group urging Nigerians to congratulate Tinubu. And I ask, is it by force?
Well, for me, winning election is like scoring a goal in a football match. Once a goal is scored, people rejoice, people celebrate. Then if a goal is scored and there's no celebration, something is wrong somewhere. So if somebody felt that he won the election and there's no celebration, then it means that something is very, very wrong. So I use that to tell people, respect comes on merit. It doesn't come by force or by age. You earn it. So you cannot go on a protest that Nigerians should congratulate Tinubu.
We have a call, like it's by force. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and location?
Okay, my name is Daniel. I'm on transit anyway, along Ekotu Road.
All right, Daniel, go ahead, please.
Okay, I'm listening to your program about integrity or corruption and the professors and the returning officers. Unfortunately, I was listening to Citizen's program this morning, and one of the guests that invited made a statement. He said, in Nigeria, what is normal is abnormal in other countries. But what is normal in Nigeria is abnormal in other countries. I don't know if you understand.
Of course.
What is normal here, elsewhere is abnormal. But what is abnormal here is normal. So honestly, it's not about being a professor, but it's about character. It's about character. That woman, Nena Oti, has shown that she actually has integrity and she can be trusted. Unfortunately, in Nigeria today, we lack integrity. And it is not good for us as a country. That is why when you travel abroad, if you see even some of these African countries, if you see the way they treat you when you have this green passport or Nigerian passport, honestly, because of what happens in our country. So I pray that God will continue to bless that woman, and she has shown a good example. I know that Nigeria will celebrate her. Thank you for your wonderful program. I appreciate you also what you are doing in BOP FM. God bless all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you so much for that. Okay, I think he has expressed himself, and that's very beautiful.
Okay, I said, you don't even force somebody to greet you good morning in the morning.
All right, Peter will have another call. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
My name is Engineer Iskil. I'm calling from Egbeda.
All right, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate your commentator. He's doing a very wonderful job. I appreciate your station. But some analogy could be subjective. We take it subjective to a very serious scrutiny. That you say when a goal is scored, people rejoice. It is the people that scored the goal that will rejoice, not the people that you call it against. So that analogy is not universal. You understand? Because the person where he slap, now in the cheek they pain. Like somebody is known for the sweet us, they pain them. So, but I don't see reason why somebody will force other people to congratulate the other person. So if you are won in an election or in a tournament, you go home and replan. You don't scatter the field. Or you don't say the football match, no football match will be played anywhere again. No. That is my proverbial advice for those people who are calling for the head of INEC or anybody for that matter. On the second side, you media people need to let people see reason why they should celebrate Nigeria. I am a Nigerian par excellence. I was trained in Nigeria primary, secondary, university. And I'll continue to appreciate, and I'm working in a world-class organization with heavily subsidized education. And today, I can stand side by side with anybody in this world in engineering, and I will say what they're saying in the global world. So what people are saying more of the country is negative. That is why people see and say more of negative things outside Nigeria. The way you call yourself, that's the way people will call you. Me, I will never denigrate this nation. I will continue to speak well about my nation because all I see is positivity. I don't see negative. Whoever wants to see negative, that is what I continue to say. But I see more good things in Nigeria and good people in Nigeria than the evil or the negativity that's being painted anywhere. And that is what we need to change narrative. We need to tell our younger ones the right story about this country. This country is not only about negatives and negatives and negatives. No. So the people that we are celebrating or we are giving prominence to are the people that got negative side of Nigerian narration. But we need to change the narrative. Nigeria is not only about the negative. We say too much of negative and we're accommodating them. Thank you. But the matter that something happened somewhere in isolated situations does not represent the entirety of Nigeria. So I take, what do I call it? I take exception to painting Nigeria with negative color, and we take it that is the whole Nigeria. That is what Nigeria stands for. No.
All right, thank you very much. But I think we talked about Nenoti, who actually showed integrity.
Well,
and she's been celebrated. So,
if she really understands us, what we are discussing is the issues that trended during the week. And one of them is that 50 professors were allegedly involved in the rigging of the 2023 election.
Right, let's take this. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Please, my name is Daniel. I called back. I want to respond to what the last caller said.
Okay.
Let us be fair. to ourselves. You understand?
Yeah.
I don't think that there is anybody that will be celebrating evil or negativity. No. But let's call a spade a spade. Now, if you win an election in a very clear manner, I think you will be celebrated. But, it's not about winning or losing, but the way and manner in which you won that election or lost matters a lot. So it's not just about winning. And that is why what we need to understand, that is why if you are being cheated, there is no way you can be happy. There is no way, okay, we are talking about Abia State now. Did you see the kind of celebration that went on in Abia State? The day that result was called that evening? All over the place, you see people, that's to show that people are happy. But the general election that happened in Nigeria, you will see that everywhere people are moody. So when he was comparing what your guest said about football, I understand that. But it is important to know that if you cheat to win, that is not the best. So we are not projecting our country in a negative form, but we have to tell ourselves the truth. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Daniel. Thank you so much.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. We are discussing the issues that trended in the week, and one of them is not a very good one, about professors being allegedly involved in the rigging of elections. So if a professor should manipulate results, he has no reason being in the school. He has no reason teaching students. He has nothing to cheat them. And this is bad, is bad. So saying the truth does not mean projecting your country
in a negative manner.
Negatively. This information has gone everywhere in the world. If you go to America, if you Google it, you will see that 50 Nigerian professors were involved in the manipulation of 2023 elections. It wasn't VOP that it was from Inter-Society, an international body. They said that it is a research. And me, who schooled in UNN, one of our professors was involved. And I'm scandalized. It's a shame. It is a shame. So what will people feel when you have a degree from a school where the vice chancellor manipulates elections?
All right, let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. What's your name and location?
Name is Godwin. I'm calling from Mayobo.
All right, Godwin, go ahead, please.
The issue here in Nigeria is that this particular government now, they are shameless. That when you keep on suppressing people, suppressing somebody, when you discover that the situation you are suppressing have discovered you are suppressing him, you are suppressing him, the best thing you leave the person or pretend as if there's something in your head, though. Like, I wanted to remove something from your head. But when you are suppressing somebody is complaining and you keep on suppressing the person, with the particular person, you keep on suppressing the person. Don't be surprised, even if it's your daughter or your son, the person will forget that you are his father or his mother. The person will react. This particular government wants to destroy Nigeria, and they will never succeed. That's my contribution.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So it's not a good news. We are not the person that we are celebrating is Nena Oti, who made an exception, who made a difference by rejecting the offers that were being made to him, and to show that what the result that she announced was genuine. There were celebrations all over Abia State. So this is a work of integrity. But what I'm now saying is that the universities that those professors came from, the authorities should not allow them to go back there, because they have nothing to teach those students. They are not worthy to stand in front of students and be telling them anything. If it's me, I will not listen to them. They have nothing to teach me. A compromised professor is below somebody with a school cert, with even a first degree, with even a primary 6. So it is not that we are talking negatively about Nigeria. No, we are saying it as it is, that these people need to be shamed. They need to be disgraced. And those that did good work should be celebrated. That's why I said that VOP need to give Nena Oti an award for excellency, for integrity. Then for the other professors, they should be sacked immediately, because for me, I don't see what they are going back there to do. So the authorities should move quickly and make sure that they don't return, because they have lost integrity. And when you don't have integrity, nobody will believe what you are saying. You have become a bad role model. You cannot engage in positive character formation. That is what I'm saying.
All right. Shortly, Peter Anosike, can you just react to this? Governors to DSS, they should arrest and prosecute those behind interim government plots.
Well, for me, I find it funny when DSS is talking about individuals trying to install an interim government. To me, it sounds stupid. DSS should know more than this. Me and you has no power to install interim government. It is only those in authority that can install interim government. It's just like market women, accusing market women of trying to not a queue. Where are their guns? Where are their tanks? So DSS are just trying to be seen as doing their work. And even by their name, DSS, Directorate of Secret Service, they're not supposed to be issuing press conferences. They're not supposed to be seen on Twitter, on Facebook. They are to work privately and submit their report and not raising an alarm. So the truth is that...
Let's take this call, please. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
So I'm calling from UK.
All right.
I enjoy your program.
We didn't get your name. Sorry, we didn't get your name.
My name is Chooks. Yeah. Did you get my name now?
Yes,
my name is Chooks.
Calling from the UK.
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Yes. Nice program. Yeah, and I've been listening to contributions from the callers. I think one of the challenges we have in Nigeria is that we are largely divided across, and we need to face the truth, really, largely divided across ethnic lines. So everybody starts thinking, okay, my person is there, so I need to a good name, instead of just saying the truth. I mean, if it's black, it's black, you know. Regarding what the lady did in Abia State, I mean, that's supposed to be, that is what is expected of academicians. But it's very bad that right now in Nigeria, poverty has been weaponized. That even those who are in academics, I mean, look at what they have been asking for. The people in the institutions was asking for how much? For how much to upgrade the universities that will serve the children that are coming up for years. The federal government any reason to give them that money. Instead, they destroy that organization. But yet, they spend so much money to do an election, and they couldn't even follow the books. And you have people that are saying, "Oh yes, we will learn." I mean, no society grows like that. We have to hold people accountable. You know, you can't say we'll do something like this, then all of a sudden you change. I mean, you can't do that. The society will not grow. If we continue like this in Nigeria, we will just be reinforcing failure. We have been reinforcing it for the past 24 years. It's only getting worse. And that's what we'll be doing. You know, regarding the whole idea of interim government. I think that it's more like if you are a student of chess, Nigeria is the politicians play Nigeria like a game of chess. That idea of interim government was first muted by the ruling party, members of the ruling party. In the game of chess, when you want to achieve a goal, you have ways of deflecting your opponent off your purpose. The whole shenanigan of interim government, blah, 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 is all distraction, is all something that is created to get the Nigerian public to shift away. Let me just give an example before I go. If you are in pain, example, if you have a pain on your hand, so if you have on your hand and you really need to write, but that the pain on the weak is stopping you from writing. For you to be able to write, a doctor can tell you inflict pain somewhere else on your body that will be more than the pain on your hand. The moment the pain, when you inflict pain on your leg, that is more than the pain on your hand, automatically your senses will transfer its attention to the one on your leg, and you will forget about the pain on your hand and you will start writing. That's what they're the Nigerian public. They are trying to turn away their attention. The idea of interim government, and now everybody's talking about that. All those things are shenanigans. All those are shenanigans in a way to keep the Nigerian people impoverished. Thank you.
Thank you, Chooks. Thank you so much for that beautiful contribution. All right, we're actually running out of time. We have just a few minutes left. So, and you were talking about the DSS.
Yeah. So I still want to talk about the interim government. It is only the state that can put in an interim government. Individuals has no power to put in interim government. It was Babangida that put in the interim government of between 1993.
Right, Peter, please, let's take this last call. That will be our last for today. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mami.
Good evening. What's your name and location?
I'm Jacob from Solo.
All right, Jacob, quickly, please go ahead.
Brought this down to your table. That is what bothers me. And let me go past it. When three children have an issue, and they brought the matter to their father. Their father, instead of to solve the problem, he gave one of them food to be eaten and leaving the other one. What does that one show? So that's what the Nigerian government is doing. Instead of them to look at the issue of this threat that is the president, they are now promoting planning to install one. When will the matter be solved? I just want to put it down and for you people to look into it.
All right, thank you, Jacob. Thank you for that contribution.
There's nothing like any interim government unless the presidency want to install an interim government. Individuals has no power to install an interim government. It is only the people with power that can install interim government. It's just like accusing me and you of nothing to overthrow the government. Where is the arms? So it is just a distraction, as the other guy said. So DSS is just trying to confuse us. There's nothing like any interim government because the masses have no power to put in any interim government.
All right, thank you, Peter Anosike, and a lot of thank you goes to our listeners, especially those who called in to comment and put forward their contribution. And that's how we do it every Saturday at 4 p.m. Do well to join us next Saturday as we analyze trending issues during the week. My name is Biblas Chidi. Keep listening to VOP 90.3.